Hey everyone, quick question for you. If I say he ran like a cheetah, is that a simile or a metaphor? What if I say he is a cheetah? Simile or a metaphor? Well, we'll know the answer to that question by the end of today's lesson. My name's Andy, and I'm going to be taking you through a lesson on the differences between similes and metaphors. So, in order to start, why don't we get some quick definitions out of the way? So, a simile is a figure of speech involving the comparison of one thing with another thing of a different kind. It's usually used to make a description more emphatic or vivid. And the key thing to remember here is that we use the words like or as in our comparison. Now, a metaphor, on the other hand, we don't usually use like or as. Instead, we usually classify one thing in terms of the other by saying it is that thing. So a metaphor is a figure of speech in which a word or phrase is applied to an object or action to which it is not literally applicable. So, why don't we illustrate these differences with a few definitions? So, similes. I think many of you have probably seen the movie Forrest Gump, and you might recall this famous line from the movie. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. In this comparison, we are comparing life to a box of chocolates. We're not literally saying it is a box of chocolates. We're saying that much in the way that you can find a lot of variety in a box of chocolates, life can also give you a lot of variety as well. So we use like to connect these ideas and to compare them. Now, let's go on to an example of metaphor. If we were going to give this same comparison, but as a metaphor, we would remove like and we would say life is a box of chocolates. So we are directly saying, classifying life as a box of chocolates. And in this way, we're making a comparison. But you can see there's a slight difference in the structure. Let's go on and give another example of a metaphor. So, a metaphor. It's raining men. Now, we do not take this sentence literally. Instead, we're simply saying that there is an abundance of men in the area. And so we describe the situation as it's raining men. And herein lies the difference between metaphor and simile. We do not use like or as. So that is the key difference that I want you to keep in mind. So why don't we do a quick little quiz for the class? I'm going to give a few examples and you can tell me simile or metaphor. All right, you can type them into the chat and let's get started. So the first one, the classroom was like a zoo. Good. Go ahead, give your answers. All right, very nice. Second one, the classroom was a zoo. Okay, very good. Three, he fought like a lion. Simile or metaphor? All right, and last one. He was a lion in battle. Simile or metaphor? Okay, so I hope that you have gotten all your answers in, and we will go through the answers. So the first one, the classroom was like a zoo. Those of you who said simile, very good. It is a simile. Notice the key word like that we used. Next, the classroom was a zoo. Metaphor, very good, because we are classifying the classroom as a zoo, but we're not using the words like or as. We're just directly classifying it as such. Very good. Three, he fought like a lion. Good. Keyword like tells us it's a simile. And the last one, he was a lion. No like or as, direct classification. There we go, metaphor. Ding, ding, ding. Very good. All right. Now, before we wrap things up, let's just think of a quick, let me just run down a few basic ways that you can identify the differences the difference between simile and metaphor. Step one, look for like or as. If you see one of these words, most likely you're dealing with a simile. Now, second step, if there's an absence of like or as, but still classifying one thing as another, usually using a verb form of to be, is, was, or so on, then you are most likely dealing with a metaphor. So these are the key differences. Now, sometimes after classes, we've talked about a lot of concepts. I can get a little bit tired. My brain is a computer before coffee. Oh, did you catch what that was? Very good. Metaphor. But, on other days, I feel like a zombie before coffee. Ah, you got me again. Very good. That was a simile. All right. Well, thank you very much for attending this session. I hope that you learned a little bit about similes, metaphors, and the differences between them. And I look forward to discussing this more in our next session. Thank you very much. It was great to meet you. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Take care.